Hey y'all, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a video, What's Up with the Karmic? We're going to be talking about our DM, DF, and the karmic situation. So let's get started. Okay. Loneliness, toxic, trapped, stress. So it looks like a really negative cycle is happening here for the karmic and the divine counterpart. Soulmate and new beginnings is in the reverse because I don't think they feel like they can come back from this, right? But they're also going through this is the divine counterpart at this point. They're going through a obsession phase and surrendering to a path phase. So as far as the karmic and the DM go, they're trapped in a toxic cycle with one another. And it looks like the divine counterpart is trying to surrender to a path. They are trying to release this relationship. And they are in obsession mode doing some spying on their other counterpart. So let's get some cards on it and see what they have to say about this relationship between the two. Yeah, thinking about the DF is thinking about growing their money, moving forward in the future, learning a new skill. They're trying to get on a journey of self-love, overcoming obstacles. But that's not exactly transparent to the other counterpart, right? And the karmic is in the reverse in lieu of the soulmate divine counterpart. So they're starting to think a little more logically than they had been in the past about relationship. Sometimes it's kind of like out of the frying pan into the fire, right? Or out of the fire into the frying pan, however that phrase goes, right? And so this is a situation in which the divine counterpart jumped out of the fire right into the frying pan with a toxic karmic partner. And now they're starting to see through that illusion, and they're trying to focus on their money. They're trying to focus on self-care. They're trying to focus on a new path, trying to overcome what made them jump into the frying pan in the first place, right? And they're starting to see through this karmic energy here, thinking about the past and thinking about who they were before this karmic and where they need to be. Truth in relationship coming out. They crave this happy ever after. They've had a little bit of level up, downloads, upgrade. And they're heavily thinking with this Seven of Coins about the divine counterpart, which probably isn't making the karmic very happy if they know. So let's see what's going on with the karmic. So divine counterpart's trying to break away from the karmic relationship. They're starting to see through the karmic, starting to see through the toxicity, the loneliness, being trapped in this situation. Also the stress that it's starting to cause this divine counterpart. So let's see about the karmic. And of course, they quickly get bored here when they start to see through the karmic energy, right? Karmic is trying everything they can to continue this opportunity with this divine counterpart. There are a lot of threes about alignment, trying to get in alignment. So your karmic here, the karmic here, may be mirroring the divine counterpart in order to ingratiate themselves to them. So mirroring behavior being, oh, I like the food you like, I like the music you like, I like the things you like. When in reality, they don't like any of those things. But if they can make this counterpart believe that they do, then they feel like they're growing closer, making the divine counterpart endear to them more. This cycle will be coming to a close. They know that the divine counterpart is not happy in this situation. Also, maybe some drinking happening with this party. There is the moon card here, so let's see what that's about. Nonetheless, they're trying to get in alignment with this divine counterpart here, even though it may not be real. They see this person as a new opportunity. So let's see what this moon is here. They may have support from others as well in this relationship. Friends, family may be encouraging and may be exhibiting treatment toward the counterpart that seems welcoming. Toxicity, though, is about to come out here. Largely, the karmic knows that the balance in this situation is mainly revolved around sexual activity. Blocking other kinds of balance out. So they know that if this were to try and go beneath the surface just even a little bit, it's not going to fly. So they try to keep it light and fun and exciting and, I'm so cool, you can't even, begin to imagine. So let's see what this Two of Wands is. Party girl, party guy, right? Party girl, party guy is what I'm getting here. Blocking out deep, meaningful connection. It's being blocked from this karmic here. Also, karmic may have some mental health issues, as we have the Four of Swords in reverse. The karmic's really not putting any work into this relationship other than sexual activity, other than a good time. So this is all surface level, all I'm here for a good time, not for a long time type of situation. There's no depth to this. And there won't be, because there can't be. So let's see what's going on between the two of them. So what you've got here is a good time girl, good time guy, who's not going to question the divine counterpart, who's not going to talk to them about their excesses, because they're part of their excesses, who's not going to challenge them in growth in any way, but they're going to keep the party going. And the divine counterpart here is starting to kind of see through that cycle and understand that there's really not a lot of depth here. And they keep reverting back to thoughts and obsessive patterns toward their counterpart. So the celebration here and the party going on here is a total illusion. This person is keeping the counterpart in an illusionary state, right? In which it's all party all the time. Smoke and mirrors, right? And then you have them over here thinking about the divine counterpart and how grounded and solid they are, how they're working on their money, how they're working on their path, how they're doing the work spiritually. And there's absolutely no comparison between the karmic, which is here, and the divine counterpart here. Totally, literally night and day. And they realize the betrayal that's happened. That they walked away from this union. They ghosted the divine counterpart, their divine counterpart, and they walked away from this union in order to facilitate a 24-hour party. And secrets are coming out, though, that the Emperor is not happy. They're not grounded. They're not solid. This is a divine masculine here who's not happy. Money's going down the tubes, not solid. Fog brain, not paying attention to what's going on in their life, not getting their shit together. And they're starting to see through that. Whereas, you know, this karmic here is not going to tell them, hey, you know what are you doing? But the divine counterpart will. So if your divine counterpart has been on your mind a lot lately, it's because, of course, they're going through a transition and are leveling up and may be getting downloads and may be clearing out the headspace to think more logically and rationally. There may be some communication between the two of you that seems like in your mind is a conversation, but you're actually conversing with your counterpart. So the divine feminine, so to speak, is going to be telling the masculine, what are you doing here? Whereas the karmic's not going to, because they want to facilitate that illusion, right? Moving forward, though, it looks like there will be some sort of recognition here of the Empress. So we have the Emperor and Empress. We have the Two of Cups, Wheel of Fortune moving this thing forward in order to facilitate some type of union. It looks like the two of you are going to be putting the conflict down. There may not be a lot of conversation in the beginning because either both of you or one of you is holding on to past resentment that you really need to let go and release. I'm not saying when we forgive, we're giving them a green light to walk all over us again. When we forgive, we release ourselves from that bondage. Maybe slow moving and making good choices. The masculine's trying to work toward that, but there's definitely going to be healing in this situation. There will be another opportunity. But your counterpart has to get rid of this karmic and these tower moments that involve money, money, money in order to move forward. Bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups, holding back, creating conflict because he's juggling, losing as a result of being a part of an illusion, being taken advantage of, losing money, lack in substance, lack in love with this karmic relationship, causing anxiety, coming back and saying, making it right and saying, hey, I'm sorry, you know what? I fucked up. Doing everything they can to balance out the situation, brings transformation, brings an offer. Emperor's here with a romantic offer. Making a decision to be the masculine energy to the feminine and having some communication. Although it may be a little defensive in the beginning, you're going to be clearing out a lot of toxicity. There's going to be conflict with the karmic, which will make the masculine run away from the karmic and want to cleave to the feminine energy. There's going to be a loss here in this relationship with the karmic. They may be moving forward, but they've got to untrap themselves first with a little bit of self-love and be willing to have the courage to take that leap forward. Have the strength and courage to lay down these burdens, lay down this deception, speak the truth, walk away from this karmic and understand that the only true victory really is with this divine counterpart. And that's the deck. So let's get some other cards on it and see what they have to say. So basically, as per usual, when the counterparts engage in karmic relationships, they end up getting themselves trapped one way or another in toxicity, which is all part of the design and all part of the plan, but hard as hell to get out of, for sure. Am I right? So let's take a look at the karmic themselves, just the karmic. Three of Swords again, twice for the karmic. We've got the Three of Swords. Six of Wands. Moving past this situation with the divine counterpart is going to leave the karmic brokenhearted, confused. The divine masculine or feminine in this situation is confused. This relationship will end in heartbreak. There are secrets that the karmic is hiding about what they're doing. They want to appear very innocent to the counterpart. They may be even, in fact, younger than the counterpart. They want to appear innocent and like they're doing everything they can here. But really, this is a betrayal in relationship. A betrayal because it's an illusion. There's not going to be any unity here with the Queen of Wands. So basically, you have betrayal in this relationship. You have the karmic wanting to talk about commitment and bringing this situation together. And aren't they soulmates? Wouldn't you be a good husband? And basically, what the karmic wants, though, is they want to partake of the money. They want to partake of the status. They want to partake of the marriage benefits or committed relationship benefits as far as it goes about money. But really what they want is just the money. It's really all they want is just the money. You see how she's turned away from the masculine energy. She's over here with their coins, loving on her coins, right? So that's the balance. That's the harmony. That's the imbalance in the situation. As far as, I'm doing two things at once, so sorry, that's a little confusing. The harmony for the karmic is the money. The balance for the karmic is the money. The disharmony in this situation is that the masculine or feminine energy, in the end, are going to be brokenhearted. It's like they feel like there's a never-ending cycle of being taken advantage of by other karmics, and that's the case. It's true, because that's not where they belong. However, and it's not up to me to determine where they belong, but, you know, as twin flames go, we understand we have a joint mission on this planet, right? So the relationship is going to end. I would say you probably have about a month and a few weeks before this blows up in both their faces. And the masculine energy, feminine energy is going to be driving on. They are going to be left juggling their own finances as a result of this karmic. Because that's what this karmic wants, right, is the money. And so after they get what they want, they're going to be done with the relationship. Divine counterpart is starting to see through this and starting to see how toxic this cycle is. So put your money where your mouth is. Absolutely, in this situation, it's not being had. Okay, so when this happens, the divine counterpart's going to be moving forward toward the feminine or masculine energy. And here's the gist. I mean, excuse me. I gave all my money to the karmic, and I'm broke. Do you still love me if I'm broke? That's going to be the main thing in their mind. Do you still love me if I'm broke because I let this karmic take advantage of me? I let this karmic make a fool out of me. Instead of listening to my intuition, instead of listening to my higher guidance, instead of doing the work on the path, I ran to a karmic. And now look where I am. So they're going to be seeking some healing and unconditional love from either the masculine or feminine energy to this counterpart. They are going to be coming in with an offer. They will be coming in with some truth. But they still have not overcome this King of Wands energy that leaves them without opportunities. They don't have the courage to lay that down in lieu of making an offer for the commitment to the divine counterpart. Instead, they're still carrying burdens because they will not receive their enlightenment. They're going to be at a crossroads. Again, it's going to be a blocking situation and a lack situation, a third party situation, conflict, walking away until there is transparency and a transition. So basically, you're going to be going through another cycle of You've got a counterpart coming out of a karmic relationship in which they were, rode hard and put away wet. And they're going to be coming to you for this unconditional love, this ego boost, this healing. Things will go good for a while, then boom, you're right back in separation again because they have not learned to control the running. One more time. Then you'll be in a union cycle again very quickly. It probably won't even last 2, 3, 4 months, right? But just remember, this is about making choices. This is about self-love. This is about not letting them bring you into chaos and confusion. This is about holding your boundaries. Yeah, you're going to have to put a boundary down before you can get to this Two of Cups. Because their version of new opportunities in love are always toxic. Because this is about an ego feeding, right? So as long as you feed my ego, then we're great. As long as I can feel like I'm on top, then we're wonderful. But the minute that you start trying to talk to me about my future, Empress, or talk to me about, the work and what we should be doing and getting rid of these toxic elements, that's when it turns nasty. They start turning nasty. You start turning nasty. And you're here holding the bag, the toxicity that you've got to heal again and balance out while they run off to another karmic. So right now, again, this has been the cycle for a while, right? But right now, the karmic, they are starting to see through the karmic. They are starting to see that there's toxicity. They will do the work to get back on track, although they're going to be broke. But this is about, for the divine counterparts, laying down boundaries and not letting them track all their muddy feet in and out of your door because they are out of balance and out of control. So let's get some love cards on it and see what they have to say. I know that, it's been really hard drawing boundaries. Been really hard drawing boundaries. So some advice is to kind of start writing things down so you can start seeing a pattern. Keep a journal. Get those feelings out. Purge that stuff out. Check your lust. Check your sexual issues, right? You're coming into a realization. Things are coming to light about your counterpart and about you setting boundaries. There may be a little bit of gossip. There may be a little bit of petty jealousy by the karmic. She may strike out or he may strike out in this situation. Let's see what we got there. They may even, oh, you took our future away. You were a secret. Yeah, she may accuse you of the same shit she does or he does, right? And blame you for breaking the commitment in the relationship. But not understanding this is a cycle. She may retaliate a little bit. He may retaliate a little bit. Drama queen. When I say she and he, I'm talking about karmics. They want this money. They want this financial support from the divine counterpart. But what you need to remember is you need to concentrate on your own happiness, on your own children, on your own childhood stuff that you're trying to heal. Go back to a sense of innocence and happiness and childhood ideas when you're moving through this pain. Focus on family. So this is talking about focusing on the things that are real and tangible and the things that you can control and work toward. You're going to have a little bit of shit talk from the karmic. She may, you know, whatever, because she doesn't get it. He or she, sorry, excuse me, gentlemen. But don't focus on that. Don't entertain it. Don't answer the message. Don't open it up. Just let it go. Let it go. And move toward your own family, your own job, your own livelihood. What kind of beautiful, wonderful things can you bring into your life? How can you look at the world with a new set of eyes? And I think that's going to kind of be your ticket out of this situation. You may be blamed, as you probably have been in the past, for busting up this relationship with your divine counterpart. You know, the karmic is going to blame you for busting up the relationship between she and your divine counterpart. So, look, take it how you're able to take it. Let's get some love cards on it. Sex, karmic. I said, show me the karmic. This is all about sex, a magnetic and seductive quality. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. So, this is talking about, again, focusing on the things that you control, the things that are priority, the things that matter, and not focusing on the drama and the negativity and the toxicity and the behavior of the other party. There's nothing you can do. They've got to learn that lesson. Sexual union, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Okay, wait. Do not rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. So remember when I talked about earlier and I said, hey, you know, you might need to check your sexual desires. Okay. Don't rush into it with the divine counterpart because you feel as though they're back in a union cycle, because it's not going to last very long. Stay optimistic about your love life. Don't stop your life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Children might be affecting your relationship right now. Again, remember I said focus on the things that matter. Worth waiting for. Well, we know in the twin flame journey that we are not waiting for our counterpart to make their appearance. We can feel them. We can, we experience this twin flame journey with them, but we are not waiting for them to return to our lives. We are building a life of our own, right? Because we are whole without our twin. That's where we need to get to. Look, I'm whole, whether they're in my life or they're not. And even though they may be doing what they're doing and I can't control that, all I can do is wish them well and wish them love and, elevate myself. I'm not going to be over here not accomplishing my duties or not accomplishing my mission because my counterpart decides that they want to run into toxicity and stress and karmics and excesses, right? You can't control that. So again, watch your watch the sexual advances from the other party, right? Because it may not last very long. There is deception in that situation right there. So you need to turn your focus back on loving yourself first very soon. Union, yes, but there's codependency issues here also that need to be addressed. All right, so let's get some happy cards on it and we'll call it a wrap. Divine Masculine is seen through the karmic, which is a very good thing. We're starting to see that they're being taken advantage of, which, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make they're going to come toward you, but it doesn't mean that they're going to make a beeline and, things like that. So just remember, you have your journey, they have their journey. This is part of their learning. But don't be dragged into their chaos, okay? Don't do it. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. So that's what I'm focusing on, my own abundance. When I introduce joy into a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. The universe is always working out for me. Things are always working out for me. I am healthy. I am wise. Whatever affirmations that you want to say. I understand that the universe has a plan for me and my twin. Until then, I'm going to do my work. Instead of worrying about the future, because it doesn't exist, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. So, when this counterpart comes back, you know, and I say this all the time, what does it look like today? Not what it looked like in the past, not what it looked like in the bubble love phase, not what it even looked like in the dark night of the soul, some of the initial separation stuff, right? What does it look like today? Not what it could be. What is it today? Today he's rolling up on my porch because his broke ass just got played. That's what it looks like today. And all I can do is send him love, wish him well, support, be happy, be whatever for him. But I'm not going to get drawn into his drama and his chaos or her chaos that they created. Right? Because the focus is on me. Because I'm whole within myself. Right? So anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoy this. Karmic is going to, you know, bring the claws out. So be ready to avoid that. And I'll see you guys later.